Former Air Force Chief N.C. Tyagi has been released on bail. He's out, in fact, on bail today. This is after the judge told the CBI that it has failed to state how much cash was paid to him in the Augusta Westland VVIP helicopter scam. Is the case against the former chief now falling apart?
After 18 days in custody, the former Air Chief SP Tyagi will finally walk out of jail today. He has been given bail by a CBI court on condition that he won't leave town and won't contact witnesses. SP Tyagi was arrested by the CBI on charges of taking a bribe for favouring Augusta Westland in the VVIP chopper deal. The CBI alleged that he played a key role in altering the specifications for the VVIP choppers to help Augusta win the 3,600 crore rupee deal. But the court today said there was no purpose in keeping the former air chief behind bars because the CBI had failed to state how much cash was paid to him and when it was paid. After investigating for 3 years and 9 months, the alleged bribe money trail could not be proved by the CBI. The CBI's apprehension that he may tamper with evidence or that he would influence witnesses who had been subordinate to him during his tenure appears unfounded. The present case is based on documents, and the former air chief has joined the investigation as and when called on by the CBI.
Mr. Tyagi got justice. Court said that there is no evidence to link receipt of any payment.
And speaking out for SP Tyagi is outgoing Air Chief Arup Raha, who has told NDTV he should not be treated like a common criminal.
If they could treat him a little with more respect till the time is proven guilty, I'd be very happy.
The court order also highlights the same point which Tyagi family had been making as to why the former air chief was arrested now when the case was registered 3 years back and there's no fresh evidence. CBI will have to answer these questions by looking at reports received from foreign countries regarding the alleged money trail. With camera person Sajilal reporting from New Delhi, Tanima Biswas for NDTV.
So is the case against the former air chief in the very high-profile Augusta Westland case now falling apart? Joining us now to debate this, Sanjay Jha and Sambit Patra still with us on the program. Also joined at this page by General N.C. Vij, the former Army Chief. General Vij, always a pleasure to speak to you and good to see you on some of these television discussion programs. You aren't a familiar face, perhaps you should be. But General Vij, you know, the court was pretty scathing today to the CBI. They've said that the CBI failed to state how much cash was paid to Tyagi and when, after 3 years and 9 months of a probe, no money trail was established. Do you believe that all along the case against Tyagi was weak?
Yes, Vishnu, you are absolutely right. If there was any case against him, they should have produced that in the court in the very first instance. And there was no requirement to hold him for 15 days plus, which has been done. Because it is not proper to hold a service chief and without enough and concrete evidence, and because it becomes totally demoralizing for the service.
General, the CBI has also said that there is, you know, the argument that he may tamper with evidence and influence witnesses was utterly unfounded. Again, the point that has been made by people who have supported the former air chief on this is that he has turned up whenever he is required for any sort of questioning. So he's cooperating all along.
Absolutely, you are right. He's been meeting their requirements totally without any reservation whatsoever. Every time they have called him, he's gone and answered all their questions which he knew.
General Vij, the opposite side of this is that despite the inability of the CBI to prosecute so far, to make arrests and things like that so far, in fact they've arrested him to take action or to prove their case so far against him. What has come from Italy in terms of the documents is fairly strong. For example, here is a quote from one of the judgments in the Italian case. Can we seriously think that Julie Tyagi could have taken such an initiative and formulated such a proposal for Ghide Hashka and Carlo Gerosa without having had a previous agreement with all the members of the family and above all of Shashi Tyagi? Tyagi was the real Trump who would have given support to the entire family. There are many such quotes. So the point is, even the Italian process at one stage felt that, look, it couldn't have been done without SP Tyagi.
Look, I cannot speak about the court, but I have never seen a judge going on the TV channels and giving interviews to one and every channels. So that much as far as the Italian court is concerned. But that is for them to see and what their systems are. But as to who belongs to a particular family, that is a very irrelevant thing, because it is purely based on assumption that so-and-so is related to so-and-so, so he could be in league with him. No, I don't think that is justified at all.
Sir, again, one more question to you before I go across to my other panelists. Would you, sir, as a serving chief, have met representatives of companies looking to sell expensive kit to, say, the Indian Army in your case? The reason I say so is because there is evidence of these meetings, not just delegation level meetings, which was okay, but some reports indicate that in January 2007, there was a meeting at a hotel which Air Chief Marshal Tyagi attended along with these middlemen and his relatives, and that was perhaps unacceptable when this deal was in process.
No, I have not met anybody, but I think that is not the underlying point. The point is that who took the decision? Is he the one who is responsible to take decision? Does he have the authority? What do the business rules dictate? The business rules are very clear that the services are only responsible to give their recommendation to the ministry concerned, and in this case the MOD and the PMO. Beyond that, they have no responsibility and they have no authority. The responsibility to take decision lies with the PMO and the MOD. So a man who is only in the chain really doesn't matter much.
General Vij, is it not ethically a very wrong thing to have done? Because there are many other instances of him having met representatives of this company. Some of them were valid when there were delegation level meetings between India and Italy, but there are other examples in the timeline in the Italian documents when perhaps as a serving chief he should not have met them.
Look, I do not know the details and I am not here to defend him. I am talking of the procedures. If he's met them, when did he meet them and under what circumstances and what were the reasons for meeting, till all those are established, I really cannot comment on that, and I am not aware of those details.
Sambit, let me bring you in over here. Just in the last week or so, there's been a setback in the Italian court system when the judge has ordered a retrial against two of the Finmeccanica executives who were actually jailed, who were jailed for corruption and international corruption and things like that. Do you believe that there are question marks over there? The CBI, at least partly, relies on some of the evidence and proceedings from Italy. Therefore, the way this case is going is one big maze, one big puzzle. At the end of the day, we don't know who took the money.
See, Vishnu, you would agree that the soul of the debate in the Augusta Westland case lies with the fact that bribes have been taken, and this was accepted by none other than the defense minister then, Mr. A.K. Antony, on 25th of March 2013. He said that, well, yes, bribes have been taken in India. Now, I am reminded of the famous phrase that we used oft in the yesteryears, no one killed Jessica. So it seems, despite the fact that bribes were being taken, no one took the bribe. How is it possible? So someone has taken the bribe, which has been accepted. Who are the ones who have taken the bribes? This is the thing that the CBI has to find. And in fact, in the documents that were produced in the Italian courts, there were letters of the middlemen, Christian Michel and Guido Heschke, which establishes and breaks down the bribes amount into segments, saying the political family, 15 to 16 lakh euros. It talks about AP also, someone in the political dispensation by the name of AP. It talks about bureaucracy, BUR, they say bureaucracy, certain amount has gone to the bureaucracy. Then they talk of Air Force, saying that certain amount has gone to the Air Force. Naturally, all these makes a base over which the whole investigation has to proceed.
Sanjay,
as far as the bail of...
1 minute, sir.
Let me
Let
answer
Sanjay
that.
come in. Yeah, go ahead. Sanjay, yes?
Vishnu, let me tell you in short, if you look at the entire Augusta Westland scam, it began with the National Security Advisor, the late Brijesh Mishra, and the PMO of that point of Atal Bihari Vajpayee's government that changed specifications on the helicopter. It was unprecedented and uncalled for that the PMO gets involved in the purchase of a VIP helicopter. That is the trigger of the entire scam. It's very interesting that, Sambit Patra talks of names, but the truth is, if there is any evidence on record where questions have been raised, it's about how the Chhattisgarh government of the BJP has actually bought helicopters at very inflated prices. the third and the most critical point.
No, but that's
it
a
was a
civilian
Congress-led
helicopter.
government which...
That's
no,
a civilian helicopter
it was a
from Augusta
Congress-led government
Westland.
that filed...
It's used even by many other governments.
Yeah, but
I believe the Rajasthan government has them as well.
Yeah, but...
I'm sure there are Congress
Fair enough, but
governments which
it
have
was
also
a CAG,
operated
but-
Augusta Westland helicopters and continue to do
Well, let me answer that, Vishnu.
I need to
the
rebut
Congress
Mr. Sanjay
party filed the FIR. The Congress party blacklisted Augusta Westland. The Congress party made
No,
sure
did
that
not
there was
blacklist.
no further, kind of capital purchase agreement with Augusta Westland. What does Mr. Modi's government do? 3 years later, you and I are still talking about it on the TV show.
But they
with
scrapped
the
the deal.
bungled CBI investigation.
They got the money back.
I'm not yet done. No, 1 minute. The deal was scrapped in principle by us, then the government
That's
changed,
true.
but we took the decision
No,
in January
no,
of
no.
2014. But let me make the more pertinent point. Augusta Westland is back in India in defense deals because Mr. Modi's government has allowed it to happen. Can you imagine a CBI investigation going on against a former Air Chief Marshal while the party accused of
Can I-
corruption, which is
No,
Augusta
that's not
Westland,
entirely correct,
is doing
Sanjay.
subcontractor deals in
Augusta
India?
Westland is
That
not back
a
in India
brazen
selling helicopters. It's a
violation
very large
of
company.
ethical conduct.
Right, which sells a whole lot of systems. So the point being made by the defense ministry is that a blacklist has to be sensible. At the end of the day, defense preparedness matters. So it's not that Augusta Westland
that
is
is
back
very
selling
intelligent
helicopters.
selectively to give somebody else a backdoor entry. I think it is an unethical political conduct. The UPA banned it universally across all platforms. The BJP brings it back for a
And
Make
the
in
armed
India
forces are
initiative
suffering.
and gives it an aero show.
Our
And what
new
are we
tor-
talking about?
our new
This is the
submarine
height
doesn't
of
have a
political
torpedo, sir.
hypocrisy and double standards.
Sir, our new
Vishnu, I
submarine
need to
doesn't have a
rebut Mr.
torpedo. It
Sanjay
was
Jha.
a deal cleared by you because of this blacklisting of every company related to Augusta Westland. Does that make any sense? Mr. Jha, it doesn't make sense.
Well, let
The
me tell
armed
you,
forces
Vishnu.
suffer. So
Vishnu,
as
let
we
me
make
tell you,
political
for
statements,
every
at the end of the
product,
day, what's the
for
main point?
every- No, 1 minute. For every product militarily available in the international market, there are competitor options
no,
available.
there aren't.
For Mr. Modi's
Not
government
really,
to believe.
not really, no, sir.
No, there are.
There are not, sir.
No,
not
1 minute.
always.
This is the whole point.
Not
this
always,
is the whole
sir.
point that Mr. Modi's government of 1 minute. Mr. Modi's government has given Augusta Westland a red carpet welcome. Their spokesperson come on TV shows and allege corruption. But the larger
Can I
point was
please-
made
can I
Yes,
when
sir,
one of the
Sambit,
people
don't worry,
said
I'm coming
that
to you next.
India's Prime Minister, Vishnu, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been accused by one of those people concerned
Okay.
of actually having done a deal with the Italian
Okay,
government
Sambit.
to malign Indian Congress leaders.